another live stream. Now, bear with me 1 second as I just sort my live stream out on my laptop so I can see people's comments. Now, apologies for the rather unpreparedness of today, even more so than normal. But I thought I was going to have to cancel because I thought my tram home was going to be even later than it was. So luckily, I managed to get here in time. So welcome. I have some water over here. My Wi-Fi is not working. Let's see. All messages. There we are. Jamie, how you doing, buddy? Will we be seeing you down the club this week? I've got a game with Bill organised, so hopefully we'll see you down there. Right. So this is going to be the penultimate live stream of 2024. Although I might do something. I might do something towards the end of the year. I've had some ideas, but this is going to be the last one for now because, the penultimate one for now because next week will be the last one, and the week after I'm going to a wedding, so that's why I won't be able to do one that week, I'm afraid. What I want to get done today is what is on the chopping block. Now, I didn't bring up my green with me because I am a fool, but I did bring my black paint up with me. So we're going to do the rest of the boots, rest of the plumes. We're going to do the facings that I forgot to do on that lancer there, and also maybe this chassis here as well. I may do these chassis and lancers as well while we're here. And then I may be able to do some hussars as well, but we'll have to see how it goes. So who have we got in the chat next week? Well, I won't see you next week, Jamie, but no, I might do. We'll see. Hi, Paul. Steve, good evening. Simply enjoying your content for a while. Finally made a live stream. Well, welcome. Painting some Spanish infantry. Ooh, fantastic. Lego Facts, hello. I'm having a lot of adverts before this stream. I don't really know why that is, guys. I wish I was in charge of placing them. I, however, am not. Wish I was in charge of getting the money for them as well. That'd be nice. Right, so what we're going to do today is we are going to start off. In fact, I'm going to start off doing... Ooh, what shall I start? Let's do the black. So, Artisan08 asks if I'm playing the Old World. I am not playing the Old World. My gaming group, my old Warhammer gaming group, were very torn about it, to be honest. Some of them really enjoyed it. In fact, they may have been at the same event that you went to. It was up in Newcastle way. And some of them were not. Now, the thing that puts me off it is I am, you'll be shocked to hear, an Empire player. I absolutely love my Empire. And I think 8th edition made infantry actually viable because of the step-up rule. They've got rid of step-up, and now to me, it's gone back to 6th ed, which I never really got on with. Now, a lot of people do. A lot of people tell me 6th ed is the best one, and that's fair enough. But for me, I liked the power of the infantry in 8th edition, so I'm still being a bit of an old grognard and sticking with 8th. Now, I did do a large game pack for 8th. I did a Battle of Helfen pack, which I am absolutely desperate to play one day. So hopefully one day I will. And if that requires me to start playing the Old World, then I'll have to start playing the Old World. But a lot of my ideas are actually incorporated in the Old World. Things like Column of March. I said you can have ranks of 4 wide. Now in 8th edition, you had to be 5 wide for a rank. So I said if you go 4 wide, then you get triple movement, which I believe is in 8th, is in the Old World, something like that. I didn't have drilled though, which means that becomes a bit of a nonsense. But yeah, no, I had quite a few ideas from the Helfen pack found their way into found their way into the old world, which I find quite amusing. I'm sure they didn't actually copy my pack. I think it was probably just great minds thinking alike, or mediocre minds in the case of me and Games Workshop. Right, I've seen some comments come up. Hello, Bub. Yes, it was a Newcastle event. They did win best painted at the event. Yes, I saw. Yeah, they look really nice actually. Yeah, I was hoping that they'd have what I do absolutely desperately want to get into is Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, but I don't know enough people who are interested in it, which is a real shame because I would be absolutely all over Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. But it is what it is. D&D does absolutely nothing at all for me. Hello, Ben. Taking cattle off your bill plate. I didn't even get a chance to put on a new print today, so I'm a little bit jealous of you there. I've just finished printing, and I've got the remnants here of a Warmaster Lizardman army. So I need to get those glued to bases because I'm using them tomorrow. So yes, that's the rest of my evening planned out. Is going to be gluing Warmaster models to bases, but only with a little dibble dabble of PVA glue, because there's absolutely no way you could paint them all on the bases. I think the Lizardmen are going to be very, very different from my Dark Elves, which I took to Adepticon and won the Adepticon tournament with my Dark Elves. So I'm not terrible at Warmaster. We'll find out how I can get on with the lizards tomorrow. My opponent asked me what I wanted to play. I said I didn't really mind, and then he sort of pushed me to name one of his armies. I'm playing against Warriors of Chaos. Now, I don't really know if they're any good or not. I suspect they're quite similar to the Lizardmen in that they sort of walk forward and club stuff. But we'll find out tomorrow, I suppose, won't we? Yes, Jamie, I am playing Bill tomorrow. Wanting to do Hellfen is the reason I'm doing Skeletons and Ghosts for Halloween. Absolutely, Dan. So, those of you who don't know, Forlorn Hobbies, you may see him in the chat. That is General Dan. So pop over to his channel, give him a sub. Where are we? I think the game will get a tweak to buff infantry, marching columns, jewel, etc. Games from Warhammer Ancients. Yeah, I was never a massive fan of Warhammer Ancients, if I'm honest, for this very reason. I much preferred. Well, that's why I much prefer Hail Caesar now. Although that said, the Warhammer Ancients books were absolutely awesome. I've got, I think, all of them, with the possible exception of the Siege one. I think that was the last one they brought out. But yeah, I was particularly proud to get the Chinese one. That's quite rare. And I think that's called the Art of War, that one. I've also got Vlad the Impaler as well. I got that when it first came out. That's quite a rare one as well. So I did pretty well with the Warhammer Ancients books. And lest we forget the Waterloo, the Waterloo War of the Ring book, which, as I've said many times on the channel, is an absolutely gorgeous book. But the rules in there are just awful. I believe I normally describe them as pants on head ridiculous, and they really, really are. So I'm going to do these Shakos while I'm going around. I've got these plumes to do here as well. Now, one thing you don't get on these cavalry things is, although I think I've seen one. Yeah, so you do get bugles. So I'm going to glue that to the back of one of them. So I'll glue it to the back of him, so he will have a red caterpillar on his helmet. So the rest of them are black, but the musicians had red ones. So there we go. That's the Ossifer. So I'll come back to him. Get the tops of these Shakos done. I'm looking forward to getting to a regiment that had coloured Shakos as well. I think there's something particularly awesome about coloured Shakos. That's why I like the Austrian Hussars so much. They're like their sort of dark green or the dark red Shakos that they had. They look super cool. The Chinese one was very cool. It was cool, yeah, but no one brought out Warring States Chinese. No, that's true. Hello, Go For It Painting. Hello. Did I see Rough Iron? Okay, fair enough. I've not heard of that one. Did I see the Battle of Hellfen run by Hoodling in Australia? I did, yes. Wasn't what I was looking for. But yes, he said he did a very good job. Yeah, a 20,000 points aside is cool. Me and my gaming group, we were probably looking at about 4 players each side, and we would probably want about that each player. So no, we were looking at doing it on an absolutely humongous scale. It's just a question of getting everyone together, really. I think something like that big, we'd probably need to plan at least a year in advance. But yes, no, it was very cool. I think he did. Didn't he do Finival Plain as well? I think. I believe so. I've started painting my 30 Warlord Res in 95th. Blimey, okay. After the big game in Glasgow. All right, okay, so not too long ago then. I only play skirmish games at the moment. Well, Dan and I played a game last week. So one of the younger members of our club, a chap called Con, very, very kindly demoed. It was my second game, but it was General Dan's first game. Very kindly demoed the Silver Bayonet. I absolutely love that game. And he ran a really cool scenario. We did the first one from Castle Vere, which was the cemetery. And now I'm determined to do a cemetery-themed board. If I wasn't going away at the end of the month, I would desperately be trying to get it done for a battle report on Halloween. But I kid you not here, my friend's wedding is on the 31st of October, which he's probably not listening to this. So knowing his girlfriend, I can understand why that would be. The rest of her family can probably only attend on that day. So yeah, this is gonna be like the one episode ever that he listens to, isn't it? So no, I'm joking. She's lovely, really. She's definitely improved with age. So I'm just going around. I'm just hitting these, hitting the black parts here. Now this, he's got like a little tassel that hangs down from his busby. I'm not going to worry about that now. I'm just going to paint straight over that. I have left the sock, the cover there, because that's quite a large part, so that's easy to leave. But the little sort of pom-pom that's hanging down, I think that's going to be easier just to paint back over when I come to doing the white. So we're looking at Shakos and hats and boots, as my dad would call it. So we're looking at doing those. I'm going to do these artillerymen's hair as well while we're at it. Yes, the gun barrel I did with the same brass as I did the like the helmets and the hand guards on the sabers and all that kind of stuff. I do have 3 sprues of the heavy cavalry somewhere, which I've done the carabiniers of, but I seem to remember I didn't do a particularly good job, so I might end up buying another box of those. You can never have too many Krasiers / carabiniers for my tastes. Although I'm thinking to the Sound of the Guns event in September, I am thinking of bringing an Imperial Guard army. So it'll be mostly sort of old guard, some Lehman Russ, some Manticore, stuff like that. No, obviously like a French Imperial Guard army. Have I done all of the hats? No, I haven't. Am I still on camera here? I am still on camera. That's a bonus. Doesn't always happen. As you can see, the light here is fading super, super fast. When the clocks go back, it will be pitch black by this time. So that's why we're ending it there. As I say, I've got something in mind, but it won't start until probably December, possibly even January. As is tradition, I will be having a break in January. The last 2 weeks of January I normally have off, and I will be doing that this year as well. I think that's all of the hats done. I bet I did that guy whose hat I was going to leave, didn't I? Looks like I did. Yep, I did. Right, okay, he's not the musician. I should have done the red first, shouldn't I? There you go. Sorry, mate, you've just been demoted. Right, so going on to shoes and boots. It's much easier if you start at one end and work down, rather than do it sort of just randomly like I'm doing, because that's how you miss areas. So what's everyone's winter painting plans? What armies are going to be marching forth from the painting tables in 2025? Are they going to be armies for Clash of Under Eagles to Glory, or are they going to be armies for other games, other game periods, other systems entirely? What's on the painting pile for winter 24? I was actually, to go back to talking about the old world, I was actually, I started painting a new Empire army for that. So, as I say, I absolutely love my Empire. I've got 3 Empire armies already from different provinces. So I was painting a new one, which was going to be a Marienburg army. I got about all my great swords done. I got a unit of halberdiers done. And then the old world came out, and it sort of, I don't know, it didn't really grip me. So that's as far as we got. Oh, Paul. Other than I'm hoping to paint all of the Napoleonics you got lying around, plus the Marines. Erin, oh, nice one. For the Bad Wars, very cool. More Prussians, yeah, very good. John Wayne Everett, hello, buddy. Chosen Men and Sharp Practice, yeah, very good. Yes, he did do a thing you play. It was those guys. That's good then. So, cover art for the Perry's Austrian Hussars is particularly good. Yes, it is. Yeah, I think they've got green ones on the cover, haven't they? Glan asks, do I normally varnish these miniatures? If I'm honest, no. Although that said, a couple of weeks ago, I used varnish for pretty much the first time ever. Maybe not ever, but certainly in a long time, because I was working on my Lord of the Rings Gondor army, and there's a lot of metal models in there. Because they're a tournament army, they're going to take a lot of bashing, so that's why I spray varnished all of those. I used Army Painter satin varnish, and I have to say it came out really nicely. There's a little bit of a sheen, but nothing too much, and it supposedly provides more protection than just matte varnish. Now, I don't know how true that is, but that seems to be the accepted wisdom. So hopefully they'll withstand the rigors of tournament play, but we'll see. I've already snapped one of the spears. I had to 3D print some Fountain Court Guard spears, and one of them I snapped off. But in my defence, it was my fault. I snapped it off, so I can't really blame anyone. It was just one of those things. I was moving a model, and my hand slipped and snapped the spear off. So, which is why I think I needed 12, and I printed like 35. So I've got I've got plenty of replacements ready to go. So What else we got? Oh, scrolling back up. 1940 Highlanders for the fall of France for bolt action. That's very cool. I've looked at doing some First World War Highlanders, but not 1940, so that is cool. What marks them out as Highlanders as opposed to English regiments? Did they have like tam o' shanties on or something? I mean, I assume they didn't wear their kilts, but I mean, who knows? They wore them in the First World War, so I certainly wouldn't deny it completely. The Empire book is January. I hope the Warwagon doesn't come out because that is the single most expensive Game Workshop model I ever bought. I bought it for £109 on eBay. And for about 2 days after I bought it, I felt sick because I've never spent that amount of money on one model. But and you know what the worst part is? I still haven't painted it. It's sort of a quarter painted. But yeah, I said I hope it does come back. I hope that I certainly the made to order. I can see myself having a very expensive made to order. Jason Kolisevich says, my brother and I have been playing Star Wars Legion games. Okay, my brother's got that. He sort of keeps saying, yeah, we'll have to play it sometime. We haven't got around to it yet. I told him that if I could have droidekers, I would play him. And they've been out for a long old time now, and I still haven't played him. So, Paul, I know you're in the audience. Yeah, we'll have to have a game sometime. Steve will be assaulting the figure pile of shame. It's not the figure pile of shame, it's the figure pile of possibility. A bunch of mostly Perry cavalry, although as a painter rather than a gamer, they'll be wild and varied. Well, that's fair enough. Wild and varied is how we like our British cavalry. And forever ongoing ACW epic. You know, I keep looking at the American Civil War and I need to really, really stop. And that is a rabbit hole I need to not fall into. Rattlecan varnish, absolutely, Steve. Yep, just took it out, sprayed it. I had to wait for it to be a non-humid day, though. If you get problems if it goes cloudy, I know you can hit it with matte varnish. I've also heard rubbing it with olive oil helps as well, weirdly. But especially if they're Greek troops. But no, seriously, I have heard that rubbing them with olive oil stops them being cloudy. I'm always a bit scared to varnish them though, in case it ruins the paint job that I've done on. Yeah, there you go, Steve. Yeah. I've just read your comment saying you're too scared to use it. Absolutely. Certainly in the weather we've had here in Sheffield, I wouldn't use it today. Although I hear down south in London, it's been very. I was talking to someone earlier on. She said it was very sunny down there. So that's nice for you southern guys. But no, it's been horrible. It's been grim up north. Let's put it that way. Andrew Lamas says, what do I think of the new Warlord Epic British? What might it mean for the future? I've not seen them, I don't think. What new Epic Warlord British is this? Yes, I don't think I've seen them. Is this an exclusive? I'm afraid I don't know. The Highlanders did have kilts up until the fall of France. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not surprised. As I say, I want to do something for 1914. I've written a supplement for Black Powder 1914. It's called imaginatively The Guns of August. I want to talk to Alex from Storm of Steel about it, but he doesn't really play Black Powder yet. So we've had a couple of ideas that I've run past him, and he seems broadly to agree with me, which is nice. Things like you know, them being almost like American Civil War battles, but with actually good machine guns and artillery. So I think the Black Powder suits 1914 better than something like Bolt Action does. Bolt Action for 1918, absolutely, or maybe even 1916 onwards. But specifically for 1914, I think Black Powder. So I'm just looking at these now. I'm just going to take the sprue off camera a second. Apologies. I just need to check the the tops of everyone's head. Make sure they've been done. And a couple of Shakos that haven't. And check the caterpillars as well. Yep, they're all good to go. Fantastic. So, I think we don't really have that much more to do. I think with the chasseurs in particular, we've got the metal to do. I think that's probably about it, to be honest. Let's, did I bring the brass up? I did. Fantastic. All right. Now, they do have rosettes on the front of their Shakos, but I'm going to do those when they're on the base, because I think they're going to be easier to reach then. I'm just going to quickly do the chin straps here. So these are scaled, so they will be a leather strap with brass, scales on them, and that would help them against like a saber cut or something like that. It's not going to deflect a saber, I don't think, but it's going to mean that they don't get cut off so easily. Now, some of these I haven't done their hair, but that's okay. I'll go back and do those at a later time. There's another one there. I'm not going to bother washing or highlighting these. I think the light sort of metal frames the face quite nicely, so I want it to be quite contrasty with the flesh, so that's not too bad. Joking aside as well, I think the pink facings sets off the brass quite nicely as well. There we are on those Lanceros. Right, I was just doing a little bit of highlight there, but again, I think that's probably best done when they're already on the base. So, let's do this chap's bib. I've got 2 bibs to do, I believe. And a pink horror that doesn't want to stay open. That's not a horrendous euphemism. I can hear you laughing there. I don't know. Can't get the audience these days. Right, okay, so the strap goes across the shoulder here. Now, I can't really see the strap, partly because of the paint, partly because of the light. So, you know what? I'm just going to make one up. That'll do. Oh, pretty good, actually. Just cheeky highlight on the collar. Lose control of my brush and paint everything pink. And then we're going to do this chasseur down here as well. I don't know what I was thinking here. You get his plastron done across there. Again, I'm just sort of inventing the strap where I want it to be, where the brush will go. I can always tidy that up with a little bit of white as well. His cuffs are mostly done. Just jam it in the corner there. Down a little bit further towards his waist. There we are. Lovely. Well, I think that's these guys are looking pretty darn good. I think they're going to be, I'm going to do the metal on them. Then I think they're going to be ready for basing. So I'm quite excited about that. Now, there are some bits that still need touching up, still need doing. That's fine. They tend to be things like the straps on the bedroll on the back here, or what was the other thing I saw needed doing? Something else needed doing, but I think it's going to be easier to do them when they're on the base, because then I can get full access to the front and back. At the moment, with them being along the sprue, it's a little bit awkward. Stuff like the hair and things like that are going to be much easier to do once they are on the sprue, I think. So I'm going to go for... oh, yeah, no, that was the other thing I needed to do. I needed to do the Lancer's pennants as well. So looking at my faithful Osprey, we can see that the top of them is red, the bottom is white. So that's cool. I got my red here. I'm going to use Blood Angels red. I think we're going to use a nice bright red for this one. So the bit near the pointy bit is the red bit. So let's start on this side because I think it'll be easier to do where we can get to the full pennant. This is really going to add a splash of colour to the model as well, which is what we like to see. I'm going to try and follow the fold in the pennant as much as I can, but don't worry too much about that. Go down here. Yeah, this is really really showing them up on the sprue. I like this. This is good. That's one of my funky eyebrows. There we go. So turn it on end while I do the front of the pennants. Now these pennants are a bit thick, but never mind. I'm just going to take this slightly off camera, just while I do the fronts of the pennants going the other way. Sorry about this. That's 2 down. Get the 3rd one done. If I'm honest, these flat faces of the pennants probably could have done with just a little cleanup with a knife. They've got bits of the sprue on them, but I'll just paint over them for now. Yeah, you can see this horse here. Actually, his reins haven't been done at all, have they? But that's okay because I've not done most of that model, so that's fine. Then we'll come back in here. So we'll just, it doesn't matter if it's slightly off center or not quite straight. Obviously try and get it as close as you can, but don't worry too much. As is going to be the case on all of these figures, is going to be the mass effect that's going to be the important thing. There we are. Happy with that. Now we've got a couple of Kujars up here, and they've got red on them. So let's get that done while we've got the paint out. So just fill that in there. It doesn't really matter if it gets in a little bit too much. There's a lot of detail on these hussars, which I am pretty much destroying here. But the detail's on there if you want it. I haven't done this guy's shaker, have I? All this guy's. So let's get the dolman done. So the dolman is the jacket that was worn by hussars. That's the dolman. The coat that they wore over the top, usually thrown over one shoulder with gay abandon. That is the pelisse. And these pleases are going to be dark blue. But everything underneath the pelisse, the dolman, and the trousers They are going to be red. I believe this is the 3rd Hussars, I think. Not 100% certain, but this is definitely the uniform of one of the Hussar regiments. I'm fairly sure it's the 3rd, but if someone wants to contradict me and tell me that it's something else, maybe the 7th, then probably go with them, I would say. Just go up here. And then on the back, I'll probably just do that dark blue as I've done with him. So I can leave that. I've got the bedrolls to do as well. The bedroll on this side is covered by his police. So good to go. Oh no, I've got some more Hussars down here as well. I should realise by now there's 6 per sprue, shouldn't I? So it looks like we're going to have 3 elite company guys. I don't know if they're supposed to be. He's potentially supposed to be the officer as well, actually. Looking at his saddle, it is different from the rest of his troops. Instead of the sheepskin, it's yeah, it's more of a pointed saddle cloth. So this guy's obviously the officer. When I do the second guy, he's going to be the standard bearer, and the third one really should be the trumpeter, but we'll see with him. He will have a white busby when I do the trumpeter, which I have heard some people say they did wear whites. I've heard people say they didn't. As with the Grenadier or Cheval, mine will be wearing white because it just helps them stand out. It helps differentiate the unit a little bit, and it just helps break them up a little bit. So I tend to find that if it's historically ambiguous, but it makes for a better looking model, then I absolutely go for it. Let's get his busby cover done as well. Oh, yeah, I've not done the front of his flag. There we are. His pennant, I should say, not his flag. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're all done. Happy with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're all done. Although this guy's legs probably could do with a bit of a sprucing. Someone's hammering away at something outside. I don't know what it is. It's pitch black out there, so I hope I was on the FBI trying to. Hope no one swatted me. Right, so there we are. I was thinking I might do these turnbacks. I'm not going to though. I'm going to leave them for now because I want to get. I'll tell you what I will do though. I will do their shabraks. So their sabretache. The sabretache is this little thing here, also sometimes called a valise, which is like a little bag with a felt covered card cover, so it opens up a bit like a book, and inside you can store things like orders or messages and things like that. So this was a symbol of being a light infantryman almost. And it would also have, in this case, it would have the Imperial Eagle on there with the regimental number. I may have a go at painting that later. The Hussars aren't ready for basing yet, so I've got a bit of time on the Hussars. What I want to get done today, what time are we on now? We're on 20 to 7. So I want to get the Lancers and the Chasseurs. I want to get the metal on them done, and then I want to get them on to a base. Bases, I'm going to be using these. I'm going to be using 60mm by 40mm. As you can see, I've done that with my Grenadier à Cheval. Here they are. I've also done that with my Russian infantry. And the idea is it just gives you this area at the front. It gives you a little bit more room, and you can have a little bit of a cool look on there. Right, let's have a look at the comments. Sorry, I've been ignoring the comments for a while because I've been concentrating on those things there. Let us scroll up. Oh, blimey, okay. Oh yeah, there's been lots of comments. Well, this is good. Thank you for talking amongst yourselves, guys. It is most after British uniforms with bagpipes. Oh, that's fair enough. If they bring back the Teuton Guard, everyone's bank balance will suffer. Artisan. Oh, that'd be. Oh yeah. Oh, happy day. You turn the gloss varnish and put matte over the top. Yeah, I have heard that. Olive oil does work. Plus they smell lovely. Yeah, absolutely. So I need to practice some sculpting to adjust the Warlord Union Brigade. Fair enough. For the Peninsular War. Okay. 8 more Romans done for CrackCon. Only 18 to go. Okay. Well, you'd better get cracking. Hello, Zukov. Pink is my favourite facing colour. Yeah, you've always got to go for the pink, man. It was traditionally seen as being a martial colour as well. You have 1,000 second-hand Risk figures to convert paper for 10mm. Yeah, I like it. Yes, Joseph Biden. I did see your question on that video. There is a reason I haven't answered it, and it's because it has inspired this weekend's video. So I'm glad you've said it again, because I couldn't remember who sent the quote. I should have remembered it was the President of the United States. Yes, but that will be brought up in this weekend's video. So a quick look ahead. Yes, I think black powder does them dirty. Hello, David. That's fine. It's nice to see you here. Same, Richie. Black powder's cavalry pretty basic. Yeah, it is, to be honest. Yeah. So, Zvezdas are absolutely fantastic. Yeah, they're really good. $10mm is very forgiving, so which is useful for me because I'm not that good a painter, so that's super handy. Right, what we're going to do now is we are going to do lance tips. We are going to do saber scabbards. We're going to do naked sabers, giggity, and I think that's probably it. Actually, I might need to go back and do the brass on the handles of the lance's sabers. I hadn't thought about that, had I? So let's crack on with doing these. The scabbards would have been metal as well, just plain polished metal, which is always good. The straps are modelled on actually, but I don't think I'm going to bother. I very rarely bother with them at 28mm scale. I'm certainly not going to bother with them at 10mm. But yes, I'm getting my my fix of mini scale wargaming tomorrow. I'm playing some War Master Fantasy. Really looking forward to it. When I bought my Lizard Men, sorry, my Dark Elves, I basically got the files for the Lizard Men free, so that's cool. I've got a big Chungus. I've got two Stegodons in the list. I'm not entirely certain if they're going to pull their points back. They are very expensive, but they are rock hard, so we shall have to see. Oh, right. So that's there. And then that was here. So I'm doing the sabers of all of them. I'll do the ones that I'm not cutting off today as well. I may as well, hadn't I? When they're done, I don't need to worry about them in the future. Doing the back of them here. Again, it's not necessarily that you need to do these at this point. You can do it when they're on the base. They'll be slightly easier to get to. But I'm hoping that once they're on the base, that's pretty much done. Yeah, no, Skaven are an expensive army. Although I did go to my last 40k tournament with an all-infantry Imperial Guard army using Vostroyans. So that was that's a lot of money to hit there as well. Oh yeah, no, I do really like the Dark Elves. I started my Dark Elf army in 7th, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do Crow and Hellbronze army. And then they made Witch Elves core in 8th, just intrinsically. So everyone did Crow and Hellbronze army, which is a bit disappointing to me because I like to be a super special snowflake. But no, Dark Elves in fact in 8th were very good. I'm going real old school using Charles Grant, Don Featherstone, or Bruce Quarry. I like it, yeah. That's what my 50 mils were originally based for. A bit of Bruce Quarry action with these battalions of 27 Frenchmen, which realistically you should put in 3 ranks of 9, but he was insistent that you don't. So, yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough. Very good, though. I do like Charles Grant. Napoleonic Wargaming for Fun is an absolute seminal text as far as I'm concerned. It really is a phenomenal book. Really, reading it again as an adult, it really changed my thinking about wargaming and about gaming in general. It really brought home to me the science of gaming, the idea of I've done some reading on game theory and things like that, so it really brought that home for me. Yeah, I would highly recommend. Highly recommend. Napoleonic Wargaming for Fun. I'm fairly certain it's out of print, but you should be able to get it. You might even be able to get it from a library, you know. It's probably that old, but you'll certainly be able to get it from Amazon. Can I see my copy up here? No, I can't at the moment. I think it's got a French dragoon on the cover. Oh yeah, I can. Give me 1 second and I'll grab it. I've been distracted, haven't I? I've lost where I am. So let's do these lance points, then we'll finish up with a quick flick through Napoleonic Wargaming for fun, I think. As I say, unfortunately, Napoleonic Wargaming for profit hasn't come out yet. Maybe one day. Maybe the Don can teach me how to make some money out of wargaming. That'd be nice. There's a very healthy like to view ratio today. Thank you guys. Thank you for liking the video. It's much appreciated. It definitely helps with the algorithm. In fact, the live streams have been very well viewed. Now, I wanted to have a special shout out and give special thanks. If you're watching this after the fact, then you are even more dedicated. So thank you very much. It is much appreciated. I know you're not getting the same live interaction as the guys in the audience here today, but your views mean just as much as theirs do. So thank you very much for choosing to spend your time with me. Those of you who are here, I thank you also. This is not an either or. You are the thing that keeps the live streams going. So I also thank you. I bring you salutations also. So thank you. I try not to get too mawkish on the channel, but we'll leave it there. So I've got 2 more sabers to do. Now I believe I rather rushed the scabbards part of the operation. So let's have a look. Oh yes, did I ever? Let me see. As long as I've done the ones I'm about to base, those who are about to be based, salute you. That's what I was going to do when they're on the base. They've got white straps across the front and back. Now they're going to be much easier to do when they're actually on the base. I can just get in there and they will take 2 seconds to do, as opposed to trying to get the brush at a weird angle and get them done this time. So that's what I'm going to do when they are fully on the base. So they're not going to be finished when they're on the base. They're still going to need a little bit of touching up. But that's okay. That's what we're here for. We're here for a marathon, not a sprint. I watched one of the Edward Woodward TV shows. Yeah, bless him. Wasn't there an episode of something that he was in where he had a war game? I saw the James Bond where there's a war game in that the other day. Oh god, that was embarrassing. It really was embarrassing for everyone involved, not just war gamers. In fact, probably least embarrassing for war gamers, because what was on there bore absolutely no relation to any war game I've ever seen. Right, so I'm going to quickly dibble dabble this bit because I've just noticed it. This is the problem when you start looking at things, you start noticing. Just want to make the end of these bedrolls a bit more noticeable, so they're fine. And this side, they actually need a bit of green putting on them more than anything else. These dudes here have carbines, don't they? Which I've only just noticed. So that's a bit of a bummer. Do I have a brown? Claroo. Oh, you're grey. That's grey is not brown. I'll tell you what. I'll put a bit of Xandri dust on them. They're obviously desert carbines, these ones, but I shall bang a brown wash over them later, and that will tone them down a bit. Now, because these are on the side, you can't really put them on the base with these unpainted, because they're going to be a pain in the bum to get to. So I'll do them up here like that. I've got it on his shoulder. That's annoying. There we go. We can do the tops when they're on the bases. Let me just get it off his shoulder. There we go. Just go back in and touch that up. There we go. So as I say, I'll put a bit of brown wash over there, and that should do the biz. Now the reason I brought this Xandri dust up with me was to just do a quick highlight on the lancers. So let's get that done. This guy's legs haven't even been done yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue him on the end of the base, and then I can go back in and do his leg, because it'll be nicely exposed to the brush. So he will be on this end of the base, so I can get to that leg with mucho ease. I should have brought the green up with me, shouldn't I? But I didn't. So there you go. There's a lesson learned. So this is L base. Now the first thing to do with MDF bases like this is not going to take glue very well. So just get something sharp. Just give it a quick score like this. There we are. And that will take the glue well. Now I've got some clippers somewhere. What have I done with them? These aren't the ones I'm looking for, but they're going to have to do. I've got some really good ones up here. Oh, there they are. These are the good ones. So I'm going to clip these off. I'm going to also make sure I clip off the little nubs on the bottom. The nubs normally go in these holes here, but because I'm not using the official bases, we're going to cut the nubs off. Nub. We got the nub. Right, so that is those 4 done. These 3 haven't been painted yet, so can't do those. There is my knife. Sorry, guys. This is where the lack of my prep time is biting me in the bum, and not that I'm usually very well prepped anyway, but even less so than normal today. So I'm just making sure that these are cut flat to the base, or as flat as I can get them. Really, I should be using a knife here. I don't know where my knife is, so that's why I'm just using these with limited success. There we go. So let's get some super glue out. Now, as I said, one of the legs haven't been painted, so he needs to be the guy on the end. Now, by using the deeper bases, this is why I'm using the deeper bases. If I put them on here, they overhang the bases quite a lot. That's going to definitely need painting. But by putting them on this 60 by 40, they don't quite overhang the base. And that means that I can have a little bit more movement in the unit and make them look a little bit cooler. So I don't want the same horse next to each other. So I'll pop him there. This guy is not at the full gallop, so he can go there. This guy looks like he is more of a gallop, so he can go a little bit further forward. And the next one's going to go back a little bit. Now, I often say that base size is the most important thing about wargaming figures, and that is true. But it's usually it's true. In Black Powder, it doesn't matter so much. And it's pretty much always just the frontage that matters. So the depth of the unit of the base is far less important usually. And that's why I'm justifying using these deeper bases. Now, he is not gluing on, but there's not much nubs left. What can I use? Where is my knife? I don't know. Right, okay. Let's get rid of that. Now, I've got some crappy old clippers here, so if these get slammed up with glue, it's not necessarily the end of the world. There we go. So that is the 4 Lancers glued on the base. Now you can see they're going to need quite a lot of work still to do on them. But that's fine. We've got most of the... we've got all the basic colours down and all that kind of good stuff. We just need to touch them up so they look a little bit better when they're on the base. So that's absolutely fine. We can hit that tomorrow. You can see there's things like here on his chin. Same here. That white could do with being a bit better. Maybe touching up the green, the black here at the front of the horse, and things like that. That's all fine. That's all stuff that we can do. That's all touching up stuff that we can do. In fact, I might even do... got my black here. So we can do the reins now. So that's cool. We can do that one there. Now, where was it? This one here. I'm just gonna do this black, to be honest. This is a whole mess here. I don't know what the hell this is. I suspect that some of it is rein, some of it is horse. So we'll carry on the reins there. And I'll go back in and do the horse colours there. I don't know what this is, but it's going to be black anyway. Looks like he's got almost like a medieval saddle, this guy. But there we go. The black paint shall cover all sins. But there we go. I'm pretty happy with that so far. Let's just tie it around his plume. Same with this guy. Pretty happy with them so far. As I say, they're going to need a little bit of touching up. But that's fine. That was expected. we've now just hit 7 o'clock, so I'm going to leave them there for now. And this is the book that I recommend. Let me zoom out a little bit. Ugh. This is the cover. It does have a French dragoon, and I thought it did. And this is Paddy Griffiths. So he is one of the doyens, the original horsemen of the Napoleonic apocalypse. What I really like about this book is it was £2.95. That's what I like about it. But also, you've got these things here. Now, this is really broke down wargaming for me. I did a video some years ago now on scale of wargames. And it's about who are you as the player in the wargame? Are you a divisional commander, a brigade commander, or an army general? And that really changed my thinking. Honestly, I can't recommend this book enough. It's printed in 1980. It's 44 years old, but it's absolutely superb. It really, really is good. I cannot over recommend it. The pictures in there here are a little bit dated. Let's have a look at some of the minis. I think they're probably minifigs, I'd have thought. There's not many pictures of figures in here, but you know, you've got the little things like this as well. This is for the skirmish game, and things like that. So absolutely brilliant. If you can find a copy of it, you can do far, far worse. I'm gonna have a quick look at the chat. Clippers, not slippers. Absolutely. We've got to free the sausages. Those of you in the UK will know what that is. Those who watch live and catch up. Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, they are the real fans, although that's a little bit scary. Well, Herewoods, yeah, I'd say I hadn't noticed you in here before, but that's okay. You found them just in time for me to stop doing them. I do them when it's British summertime, usually. So, hello, Alex, you're painting some Atlantic 60th rifles. Ah, fantastic. Do I shade or highlight the epic scale figures, Lego facts? I tend to use contrast paints, so that kind of shades them at the same time, but I think a highlight can really make them pop as well. I think he owned a Gettysburg table and used it for film. Yes, that's right. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Nail clippers for the nubs. Yeah, you got to get your yeah, you got to get those nubs sorted. Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to get it for I don't think you'll be able to get it for £2.99 anymore. But absolutely fantastic book. Hello, Clive. Unfortunately, I'm just about to go, but it is nice to see you. So thank you very much, guys. I hope you've enjoyed today's stream. We've got these Lancers finally on the bases. I can't tell you how happy I am that we finally got them done. But they still need a bit of work. And well, Zukov, yeah, it's always nice to see you arrive when you do. But we've got them on the base. The first 4 are done. Happy with that. I've got I don't know why you get 7 on a sprue. That's a bit of a weird number, isn't it? Is he supposed to be? I don't know. We'll sort it out later. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys later.